Hi, trendsetters. Here we are. So many criminals, so little time. Now, Trump took it upon himself to actually pick a fight with the Koch brothers, or the remaining Koch brothers, Koch enterprises, major Republican donors. When are the GOP going to realise this guy really isn't worth the price of admission? So I just wanted to have a quick look at how that's going to pan out. And I've had requests for lots and lots and lots and lots of topics, but I'm going to share this reading with Paul Manafort, see how that's going, bite-sized pieces for the Manafort case. Okay, but first, the Koch brothers and how that's going to play out for Trump. Taking them on. How's that going to work for Trump? How's that going to work for Trump? All right. You know, as my dad used to say, viewers, behind every great fortune there's a great crime. He didn't make that up, of course, it's a famous saying from somewhere. But I'm sure the Koch fortune was not sort of forged in deals of honesty and industry. But let's have a look how it's going to work for Trump. Yes. All right, Trump's here. Thanks for coming, Donald. Oh, going to end in tears. We can just jump to the chase. But look, in the centre, there he is, the Emperor. As you know, viewers, Trump turns up as the Emperor, Mueller turns up as King of Swords. Different readers have different characters, but for whatever reason, they tend to recur. So that's the pussy grabber bang in the middle. He doesn't care, he just goes on, the chariot in full force. Now, here is international wheeling and dealing. The Empress describes it as waiting for his ship to come in. It's the card of commerce and trade. So that could apply to both parties, both the Koch brothers enterprise and Trump. There's also the Page of Cups. See the page? That's a useful energy. In relation to Trump, I think it's him being young in terms of dealing with all these people. It's reversed. Not good. An offer reversed. Pages are offers. It's also a very Neptunian and deceptive card in many ways. So the offer rescinded, that would be, in my mind, the Koch enterprises withdrawing, as they've announced they're going to do from certain individual Republicans, but more and more from the party. Viewers, you would have to ask yourself, if you were a Republican lawmaker, why would they go on supporting this imbecile who can't read a balance sheet when he is against immigration? Now, big companies know immigration, far from being, gang members coming in with their babies on their backs. No, this is the backbone of small business. It's also the backbone of innovation in industry. That's why Silicon Valley was so opposed to it, and the high-tech companies. All this ridiculous hysteria about immigration, and Koch Enterprises has come out as opposed to that, and the stupid bloody tariffs. Right. So those are the two main things that they've warned about. So now the Republicans are seeing themselves torn between going with the childlike, ill-equipped idiot, and their biggest donors. What would the outcome be? Rosie, tarot politics, get your hanky. It's one of those moments. It's going to end in tears for Trump. Well, you know, really, how could it have another outcome? But I had to go through it, and that validates the criticism that the real press has been given for Trump starting this Twitter fight with the serious big boys. These are serious big boys. Okay. Now, people are concerned that Trump might pardon Manafort. Manafort, for his part, has kept his lips sealed and is obviously holding out for a pardon. But this is not a good strategy, Manafort, because this is only his first trial. He has a second trial. So even if he gets convicted with this first trial, which is money laundering, it's away from the campaign, that comes next. He can't pardon him twice, you know, that would just be beyond the pale. But by the time the second trial takes place, you'd have to wonder if Trump was going to be in office. It's the maddest strategy. Maddest strategy. So Manafort, this is a guy who deliberately targeted torturing despots to represent. He thought the money's in these authoritarian, totalitarian, all the Aryans, all these guys, and so he sought them out. The tyrant of the Ukraine was one of his highbrow clients compared with some of the people that he's acted for. Truly disgusting creature. So, Manafort, will he get a pardon? Pardon for Manafort. Looking here. Oh, he's hoping so. Well, this tells the story of Paul Manafort, really. Everyone. Ace of Pentacles, always coming up with the new idea, the new thing. And he made a lot of money doing that because he didn't care who he dealt with. We know, even before this trial started, fool's gold. Dirty money and fool's gold. He just kept, as we're hearing from the bookkeepers now, not a surprise to anyone who's followed the news in the last 18 months, shoveling money around. So he'd take out loans and then say it was income and then go to another bank for another loan, you know. So it's like, isn't it funny? It's easy to criticise gamblers who put the weekly wage through the poker machine, but these guys are gamblers. They're out-and-out gamblers. He had a choice. He wondered which way to go. He then made a choice which was to go with his gut. You know, Trump's always going with his gut. Needs to have a colonoscopy. Nostalgia, looking to the past, looking to his relationship in the past with Donald. I'm sure Trump would have said to him, say nothing, I've got your back. Trust me, I'm a trumpet. And he did. He did. He made the decision, and he did. This whole thing, the fool's gold, etc., he is still holding out a hope he can do business across the waters too. This card just turned up, commerce and trade across the waters. Unfortunately, everything about Manafort and commerce and trade across the waters is going to be in the form of a pile of indictments you could not step over with a ladder. He is so going down. He is the hanged man. So short term, things get held up. Long term, this is not good. Manafort is going to be sacrificed on the altar of Trump.org. Look, I've never had any sympathy for these people. I certainly don't have sympathy for them now. Also, the women who live off the proceeds of crime. So, again, I'm a sociologist, so people are very critical of, a woman in the projects who feeding her babies, because a man's selling crack or something, and we look at that as really evil and wrong. But these people rip off other people and destroy lives routinely on such a large scale, and somehow that gets reinvented as being just business. Just business? No. So for the wives who also have the accounts in the Canary Islands and Luxembourg and everywhere else, lest we forget the Seychelles, they need to do some soul searching too. All right, I'm going to leave that there, upload it, and I'm going to move on to Beto O'Rourke. I want to know what's happening with Beto. Okay, ciao for now.